laughing.
No, you're good. You're good.
I didn't even notice.
All right.
You were quick on the mute button.
Let's see if everything started working. I think it is. We should be streaming, but I'm not sure.
In YouTube? Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Do you see it?
There it is. Okay, I see it now.
All right. I was telling Brian before we started that I had all these notes in one of my books, and then I lost my book. So.
Oh shit! Like lost in your house, or
it's lost in my house, so it's not permanently lost.
Okay, so like, it'll turn up.
I had actually done preparation for this podcast, and it's just like, well, I guess I'm winging it today.
And then he screwed it up.
I screwed it up.
Nothing wrong with winging it.
Screwed it up.
That's what we do most of the time, I guess.
Yeah, we're like birds because we're always winging.
It's not like we ever stay on topic.
Speaking of topic, I suppose we should probably start, right? Since we're streaming.
We should, I guess. Sounds good to me.
Bringing my high energy. Welcome to Art Pizza. Art Pizza.
Just really quiet into the mic. Sorry.
Oh, we're doing ASMR again?
Yeah. The whole episode. Just, hi, my name is Edward.
Tap, tap, tap. Get the Q-tips out.
So,
you're one of those.
We have 0 viewers.
Oh man, right? I got playlists of ASMR on my YouTube.
You do? Oh my.
Really?
I'm one of those people.
Oh, good Lord.
Things we're finding out live on stream.
Yeah. Oh, I have no shame.
I'm messing with you.
All right, so welcome to Our Pizza, the podcast where Brian has like some pizza-related pun, but I didn't think of it yet, so I'm not using Josh's tagline. I am Brian Manning, or Tag Champ Brian.
I am Edward Frena, or Edward Draws Stuff, on every social media, I think.
Every social media?
Every social media.
And I'm Elisa, a.k.a. Rurax.
Who drew the Rurax?
Who drew the Rurax now exists in the world.
Rurax exists.
As a side note, ever since...
It's a real life boy.
That's awesome. Have you drawn them again since? Because
of course not.
Because I did it like 2 more times, and then I was like on my OC, and I was like, you know what? I don't care about OCs. I just want to draw something new.
Yeah,
this is boring.
Maybe, yeah. Like I don't know what the deal. Like I'm not trying to badmouth OCs, but like people have.
Oh no! It's
I just don't know anything about the whole thing. Like I didn't know people just have a single character. Like I make a ton of random goofy characters. I never really go back to any of them. Maybe that's my problem.
I definitely do too. I think at the time when I started my Instagram, I think the OC thing was probably like a little bit more popular, and I was like, oh, I'll have an OC. And then it was like, but that was also like 10 years ago or whatever. So
I think when I was a kid,
probably
we were just,
it's an outdated name.
We were just drawing X-Men when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was just like whatever comic book we were reading, that's just what we were drawing. And I mean, basically any character I made up was a ripoff of Spider-Man and Wolverine anyway.
I actually did have an OC technically. I used to draw a comic strip when I was in middle school.
Nice.
That was based off of, this is going to sound so stupid, but it was based off of my friend's dogs. So she had a Cocker Spaniel.
Big surprise.
Yeah, I know. So she had a Cocker Spaniel and an Akita. And their names were Kamali'i and Mariko. Because my best friend was, she's like Japanese, but from Hawaii. Hence those names.
Okay.
So I started making like comic strips based on her dog. I actually have some. I'll have to show you at some time. But yeah, I used to make these comic strips, and they were very much like kind of like teen angsty, and then there's like dating, but it was all like, so it was all super anthropomorphic and yeah, and I drew them. I'm gonna
stop drawing this werewolf that I was gonna start.
But I used to draw them like all the time.
That's cool. Is it because were you so obsessed with their dogs that you're like, can I draw a comic strip?
I think I was just like obsessed. Yeah, I was obsessed with dogs, and then actually, I wonder if I have them on my DeviantArt somewhere.
Ooh, share the link.
Uh-oh. Share the link.
I think they are on my DeviantArt. some point in time, maybe. But yeah, that was just like a comic strip that I would make.
So your OC
So
was was their dogs.
yeah,
Your
her
friends'
dogs. Yep.
Your dogs.
Hey Brian,
That counts.
Can you post the Magma link in announcements?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of old social media, I think I told you guys about using Tumblr.
Yeah.
That's been going well. I mean,
Okay.
I feel like
Tumblr is awesome
yeah,
if it's used properly.
it was used properly, but there doesn't seem to be as like too many weird things on there anymore. You know how there used to be kind of questionable stuff, but
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of how you want to
Questionable
curate
stuff on
it is how it's
Tumblr?
going to go down.
yeah, yeah. But for some reason, I'm getting a lot of anime stuff and wrestling.
Nerd. No.
I
Oh,
get
the wrestling.
Wow, just call me out. Yeah, you
No.
anime nerd, you weeb. And I don't think
hope that link works.
I don't think weeb is derogatory, right? That's they
Oh,
they acknowledge
I
themselves.
don't know.
What's
I don't
derogatory? What
know.
were you saying?
I mean-
Weebs.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Otaku
that's
used to
kind of
be.
a derogatory.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
otaku
Well,
used
probably.
to be the
I mean, it's
derogatory
not as
one,
bad
like,
as some other derogatory terms, but
yeah.
I think
But
the
otaku used
full
to be
word was
bad and
weeaboo.
is weeaboo. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like weeaboo sounds worse.
We'll just call them weebs. Those damn weebs.
Weebs.
Oh man. But yeah. Oh yeah. But so I've been on there a bit. I'm probably more than Instagram. I just like we were talking a few weeks about Instagram kind of being like a portfolio of some sorts, and I feel like I don't want to mess with it too much by throwing random shit. Like Tumblr, I feel like I could do more
Just
random
experiment,
posts.
just
Yeah.
goof.
Yeah, and no one's judging me. Not that I care about the judgment, but it's just like I don't want to. I don't know. Maybe Instagram is just. Maybe I'll just delete it.
No.
Delete your Tumblr?
No, Instagram.
Oh, do your Instagram
You
again.
remember last year when was it last year where I just like went off social media for like 3 months?
Oh, did you really?
Like a healthy stepping away from social media
Yeah.
because it was just ridiculous.
Did you need it at the time? Was it?
I just wanted to deactivate it, and I just didn't want to be on my phone so much.
Yeah.
I'm actually on my phone less now, but it's still like
Oh, so it worked basically.
yeah, to a point. Like I'm not even really on my phone after 10 o'clock anymore, because
Oh, nice.
I'll go down that TikTok rabbit hole. And
Oh, TikTok. is
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
worst.
I
worst.
still do that crap, but like I use my phone for meditating, so I always have my phone near me.
right.
So even when I'm unwinding, I still use my phone.
There you go. Man, YouTube seems so much quieter.
Then Twitch, no one's rating us.
I was actually
Thank
talking.
God.
I was actually talking to Soulbrush earlier about that. Oh, I put him on blast.
About the raid.
About his 4-person raid. I didn't know I couldn't talk shit like that. There's apparently etiquette.
Oh yeah, how we're not supposed to mention the raid. Yeah,
how many people are raiding.
well, we didn't know. We're still new to this game.
We're so new, we switched over to a different platform.
You're like, I've had enough of that.
I tried it
We
for
got
3
scared.
weeks.
Yeah. So we should just get to the topic then, right?
Yeah, sure.
As
Since I'm
we're all
unprepared.
distracted by drawing. This being the first podcast of the year, we didn't do it before the end of last year. We're going to discuss our goals for the year and make sure they are like measurable and trackable, so we can hold each other accountable, like drawing ruraks. Also,
I did it.
so
At least 2 more times.
Yeah.
Keep them alive.
since we are
That's how
a
it has-
week into
yeah.
the-
It's like
yeah, but
Tinkerbell.
since we are already a week into the year, we should already have progress towards our goals, right? Right, everyone?
Right. Exactly.
Sure.
Definitely. I don't know.
We should have 9 days of progress toward our
Oh, shit. Is it the
2003
ninth?
artistic goals. Today's the 9th. Today's the
All
9th.
right.
That's too much pressure, Brian.
Yeah.
Nah,
It's funny because in 2022 I met most of my goals, but the only problem was I was a little too conservative with them. So a lot of the productivity that I thought I was gonna like outdo and just, you know, really have a productive year, I just met the goals. And so I drew a lot less than I drew in 2021. So
oh damn.
I want to be a little more, but I did focus more on video stuff. So I didn't have any video stuff in 2021, and 2022. The bulk of the artwork I did was stuff I was able to post to Instagram Reels and TikTok. And I have videos that I could post to YouTube, but it's a lot of work because I would have to do voiceovers. So this year I am going to post stuff to YouTube.
With voiceovers.
But they will be videos I made last year with voiceovers. But they will be videos I made last year. So.
That's still something though. That's still
yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. So I do want to focus less on TikTok and Instagram Reels because I don't feel they're as productive art wise because it slowed me down. You know, I was like, I can't draw because I have to be in front of the camera. I had to have the camera set up, and
You're too focused
a lot
on
of
the
times.
content.
Yeah, I was
Making
focused
content.
on creating content and not drawing. So this year I'm going to be, if it happens, it happens. If I draw on my iPad in Procreate, then I have a video. If I draw at my desk, I can have a camera set up to do little clips. But if I don't get it, I don't get it. That's fine. I'll still have the artwork done. So last year, my goal was 24 videos, and I surpassed that. So this year, I
Nice.
want to focus on, this year I want to focus on just 50 actual pieces of art, whether there's video or not. So that's just one a week at least. So, and I posted my Kevin Owens one last week. So that was the first one of the year.
I saw that.
I made my progress for the year.
And you made wrestling art.
And I made wrestling art.
It's a twofer.
Wrestling
It's a
art. It's a twofer. And then, Royal Rumble's this month, right?
Oh yeah. It's in a couple
So,
weeks.
but also I want to finish this infamous acrylic painting right here, this Yoda.
Oh, that's
I'm probably gonna just the lights off. I'm probably just gonna start over or just like obliterate that canvas and paint over it.
Yeah, just paint over it, or just. Are you not happy with how it looks so far, or?
It's so rough that I could easily just continue on it. It'll be like starting over anyway. So I should just do that.
Then you should be.
Well, I'll gauge it based on how good I think the underlying structure is, because that was 2014, Brian. So, who knows? Maybe he did good. I don't know. I'll find out. And then obviously clay sculptures, because I was going to do 2 clay sculptures this year because I have a big thing of monster clay that's still unopened.
Don't we all though?
From last
Don't
Christmas.
be-
From last Christmas.
Oh wow.
From last Christmas.
Not this Christmas, but last.
Not this Christmas, not last month, but over a year ago. All right, and that's it for me.
That's
Those
it?
are my artistic goals. Yeah, because I have a lot of writing goals. Oh, yeah, that comic book that Ed and I are working on, we will have the pilot, the
2035.
So
pitch issue.
you ain't wrong.
No, this year we're gonna have our 12-page issue to pitch to the different studios.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, that's it for me.
Very cool. Well, we go right.
Someone else gets to go now while I draw.
We'll go to Rurak since I'm thinking about what I wrote in my book earlier.
Yeah, my goal was to finally not be afraid of a very pretty sketchbook that I own. And to just
Uh-oh.
fill up the sketchbook.
Deface the pages of a pretty sketchbook?
I know. It's scary.
Just spill something on it right now.
I know.
How many pages
There's
is it?
some a glass of orange juice on it.
Spill some.
Um,
How many pages is it?
let's see if my headphones will let me go all the way over here. Let's see. It's this thing right here.
Oh, that is a pretty sketchbook.
Yeah, and it's
that's
really,
a lot of pages.
it's just really nice.
I was gonna say you have to fill it, but that thing's like 300 pages.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's doable.
I don't think you have to fill it.
I've also fill it. I've owned it for like probably 12 years.
Wow.
12 years.
Yeah.
That should be full by now.
It should be. Trust me, Brian. I'm well aware. So yeah, that is my goal, is to
start
to create the pages of that beautiful sketchbook.
Very nice.
And then also clay.
We're all going to do our clay sculpture this year, right?
Oh yeah. I got some super Sculpey. But
Christmas last year.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, technically last year. But I was looking at some YouTube videos, and it looks like a lot of the sculptors that I kind of enjoy their work have been using a different kind of clay, Cos clay.
Oh, I've heard.
Is it a
like
polymer clay as well?
I think it is, and they seem to enjoy that more than
just
super
Sculpey. Don't chase them. Use your super Sculpey.
I'm going to. I mean,
excuse.
it's what I bought. So kind of like.
Yeah, I love super Sculpey. I've done a couple of things in that, and it feels really good. Like, but I never get around to baking it because I'm lazy. So I'm like, I just get monster clay. So I'm not gonna bake it anyway.
Monster clay is also polymer based.
No, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't harden. Like you can't harden it like super Sculpey.
It hardens like
when it's cold.
When it's cold. So summertime, it's not gonna. I guess depending if you have AC in your house, especially being out here in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think the thing is, like, you could still cast with it.
Yes,
but you'll definitely you'll destroy it for sure once you break the cast, though.
But you'll have the cast, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not as permanent. So it's more of like a sketch medium for me to mess around with, because I don't want to be spending 80 hours on a clay sculpture and then not bake it anyway. So I'm just probably gonna do a bunch of like 20-hour pieces.
I'm gonna show up at both of your guys' houses and just open it and throw it on the table.
And
just
say,
like
get to work.
Start now.
Get to work.
I'm like, Ed, how'd you get in my house? Ask questions later.
Master locksmith. That's one of my goals for this year. Locksmith.
Master locksmith?
No.
Yeah, you're just gonna start picking locks.
Right.
Can I tell you? Yeah, can I tell you? This is one of the YouTube black holes I fell down. Around the same time I got way into like blacksmith videos, I also started getting into lock picking videos.
How did that work out?
And it's funny because I have I mean, I don't know if it's illegal, but I have a set of lock picks that I use to practice. Not on real door locks or anything. I have like padlocks. Old padlocks. I have a practice padlock that's all acrylic, so you can see the tumblers.
That's actually pretty cool.
It's a lot of fun, and I actually use some of that knowledge on some of the books we've written. So it's like this is research. FBI, it's research.
As they find
your NSA agent is like, interesting.
Yeah, NSA. If I didn't land on the no-fly list for one of the books I wrote a book where my Google search history was, does the autopilot engage when the cabin loses pressure? What's the safest altitude to parachute from a plane? All in one like week, a bunch of like plane related searches. And then we flew to Florida that like a few months later. I was like, if they didn't get me for that, I'm not.
There's probably some kind of sky marshal on the plane just observing.
Yeah, he's like
every movement.
So I'm probably on a list, but I'm not on a no-fly list.
Yeah, you're on like the soft list.
Yeah,
soft.
It's all for research. It's all for research.
So as far as your art goals go, I mean, do you have a start date? Are you already well into it? Because
are you 9 days into it?
That sketchbook looked pretty empty.
It is empty. I have not drawn in it.
The spine looked pristine.
Yeah, so part of my whole my New Year's resolution thing was to also get my office in order. So as you can see, I don't know if you noticed, this table is now empty and clean. I can
Oh,
actually
nice.
use it. I started to organize my art supplies and
I thought you
realizing
did
that a
toy
lot of,
collection like Ed.
on top of not using the sketchbook, I also never really used a lot of the art supplies that my uncle also gave me that were so nice. So
Oh,
all those beautiful Prisma markers and whatnot are all dried up. So it's like,
oh!
that's part of the shame that I feel
Oh,
for
you should be ashamed.
squandering that kind of shit.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things. I'm like, you know what? I have all this like really nice stuff that my uncle has given me over the years, and I've just been too afraid to use any of it. It's also all, traditional media too. And so I've been so digital. So that's another thing of like getting back into hand drawing and all that good stuff.
I mean, it's because you hate traditional.
It's not that I hate, I actually really used to draw so much, especially when I was a kid. Oh my God, I used to draw all the time. And now it's like, I think for work, I'm just like, I'm just so used to it. And everything, it feels so rusty,
Right.
I feel rusty at least using traditional media.
Pencil and paper.
Yeah.
I fall
It's
back
scary
to traditional because digital's so hard for me because I don't do it for my job like you two. So it's like pencil and paper is my comfort zone. That's where I retreat to. So yeah, you just reminded me. I bought a couple of those Tombow inking pens because not that I'm doing Inktober, but I want to do a lot more inking stuff throughout the year.
You
not
wanted to
just
put
in
that
October.
disclaimer out there so you don't have any expectations.
Exactly. So no one gets on your ass about it.
Like,
I
it's not
gotta
for
protect
October.
my mental state. I gotta protect my mental well-being.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's only. We could go into that.
Protecting your mental state for not doing Inktober.
I don't know. I think people just put a lot of pressure on themselves to finish it. It's like, I think just don't do that. Don't let Jake Parker win. It's his cash cow.
Oh, that's
he's
so
just
funny.
he's tricking you so he has purpose. No, I'm kidding. If Jake Parker,
Yeah, you're providing content for him.
You're like Jake Parker if you're listening to this. I love you.
You're amazing, but anyways, Inktober sucks. No, it doesn't suck. I enjoy it because I love seeing people get motivated to do more ink drawings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that always, whenever I see someone doing something, it inspires me to do it too. I'm just that kind of.
I've been doing so much digital inking. It's like I miss messing up on paper.
Yeah. But yeah, now I remember my goals to a certain degree. I think the first thing was also fill up 3 sketchbooks this year. So it seems ambitious, but I just figured if I do one little drawing a day, that counts. It doesn't have to be a full page. It could just be like a little shithead, weird thing, monster, zombie, whatever. Just because like I miss that practice of drawing on paper.
So you have like those 96-page sketchbooks, right? So it's like a drawing a day for 3 sketchbooks.
I don't know.
You don't have that monster one that Elisa has, obviously, right?
Oh, I have. Hold on, let me see. Hold on one second. I'm using. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm using
sort of.
Sort of. How about now? So I'm
Tingles.
Oh shit. Calm down there, rats. So I have
That's
this
going on the
one.
playlist.
I have this one. I'm not.
Oh shit. Okay, that.
You're doing 3 of those.
No.
Oh,
This
wow.
is just like to scare you. Like I'm that ambitious. I'm gonna do 1,000,000 hands in this. No, I've had this sketchbook for like 5 years. Now I'm actually working in like I think like an A4 moleskin.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like the paper.
I don't know those European sizes. How big is A4? Is that 5.5 by 8?
8.5 by 11. I
Is
don't
that
know.
8.5 by 11?
I think it's determined by how many times they fold it. So A4
Yeah.
is the fourth.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah. So A5 is even smaller, and then A6. Those damn euros, can't they just adapt to our American measurement system? But I think it's
Didn't
about
our measurement system come from them, from the English?
I have no clue.
It's empirical, right? Isn't it? Like, I don't know. I
But
don't
then-
think Americans created inches because that's just dumb.
That's just whatever we use. I think it's 8.5 by 11, but the paper is like really nice for pencil and like some ink, but I don't think it's very good for like watercolor
Markers.
or markers.
Oh,
Yeah.
But people are like, no, it's fine. I'm like looking at reviews on it. I'm like, no, it's
just
great. Like, are you
buckled
sure?
pages and
Yeah.
bleed through.
But if you really want to beat up your sketchbook, then it shouldn't matter what you throw in there. Because
That's true.
I used to have
That
sketchbooks
is
where
true.
it would bleed through, and then on the other side, I would just like gesso the page and paint on top.
Oh,
of it.
over it and then that's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
I won't do that, but that's a pretty good.
But it's a good way to get one of these really janky looking sketchbooks that look used, and you're like, oh wow, look at that guy's sketchbook. He's
Yeah.
like an
It's just,
artist.
it's just use watercolors in it.
That guy didn't give a shit.
He drew so much; it's thicker than when he bought it.
Yeah, he rebounded his book. You know?
So yeah, I watch you doing that brush pen stuff all the time, and I'm like, I want to do that again, and then
Oh yeah.
I
bro.
don't feel like cleaning my brush pen
You have to
or
clean
or
it.
using brushes. Yeah, because I never use it because it's always dried and clogged up, and
Oh,
because I never touch it.
just run some water through it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't want to do all that. That's what I'm saying. So I just bought
No.
some
Just buy new
Tombow brush pens that just are disposable.
I was gonna say, on top of all the nice stuff that my uncle has given me over the years, I like found this thing that he also gave me,
Oh, arches.
which is like
that's
really,
some
really
good
nice
stuff.
watercolor paper. And I opened it for the first time. And
For,
again,
like,
it's like
landscapes,
12
it looks
years. And it has this like edge
Yeah, you have to cut
to it.
it.
And so, yeah, I had to watch a YouTube video. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's... So now I have that. So now I got a watercolor
fancy.
too. So
Yeah,
it's like,
if
you
you
just want to like
fancy.
use all of these things.
Yeah, if you paint right into there, it won't buckle.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
I was
that's-
reading about it. And yeah, it seems like a cool way to just, on the fly, just kind of paint and you don't have to worry about all the
But
nasty
see,
paper. And
So,
That-
so our goal is to use our art supplies as well, right?
yes, but
Oh,
that's,
in
yeah,
the monster
basically,
clay.
just have all this like nice
Cut the page off the
stuff.
watercolor paper. Yeah.
that arches
Sharpen
paper,
those sketch pencils, Brian.
But that arches paper, man, that's it's expensive because
Yeah, well, that's what my uncle was like, so supportive of me, like growing
He's
up.
like,
as-
you're a real artist.
Yeah, well, he was an artist. He was a professional
Oh, so
artist.
he knew. Yeah, so he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was buying.
Yeah.
He didn't just walk in and look at the price tags. He's like,
Oh
this is
no,
the
no,
quality.
he bought me all the good stuff. So what I would like to do also is to maybe do some watercolors and send them to him, so I could be like, hey, I fully used this.
And he's like, I gave you that 13
He's
years
like,
ago.
how? Yeah, he's like, that was.
I was like, who are you? I had a niece that was
Who
an
are
artist.
you?
Yeah,
New phone. Who's this?
yeah. So that's my goal. That is
Yeah,
my goal.
that's really good paper
that's
though,
good.
because the arches stuff is expensive, right?
Yeah.
And the only reason I have a bunch of it is because when I was tattooing, there was like a group of crackheads that would steal from art stores,
Oh.
like off the truck, and they would go to tattoo shops like with all this nice art supplies.
Oh,
Because they knew it was
wow.
expensive, right?
Yeah, and they were like, "Yeah, just give me like $15 for it, or like
That's
you
so
know,
fucked.
Oh,
buy me a taco."
Yeah. He's like, I just want food. Have this
Yeah.
like.
Well,
$200.
mostly if you bought them like a few tall boys, they would be good.
Yeah.
You know, but like the arches stuff is really nice.
Yeah.
But what was on my agenda for goals? Okay, so it was the sketchbook. It was doing more traditional stuff and not so much digital. While
when
I
you
do
say
some-
more,
That's a good one.
then again, you have the 3 sketchbooks. That is
yeah,
more.
but
I was
you
gonna
know,
make
like,
fun of you for not attaching a number, but you did
oh
attach a
yeah,
number.
It's every day. It's every day in that sketchbook.
Every day you're hustling.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to knock out at least 3 oil paintings this year.
Oh, nice.
I got caught up in one last year, but it was so big that afterwards I was just drained from it.
So you can do smaller ones then, right?
Yeah,
Because
just
I remember
like
you saying you want to do a lot of smaller ones.
yeah, and I feel like the smaller ones, if I feel like selling it, it's a more reasonable price than charging someone like $4,000 for this painting.
Yeah.
You know, like who's gonna buy that? Nobody. Like I mean,
Yeah,
somebody, but it's easier to sell.
but it's going to
smaller
take you a
pieces.
while to find that somebody.
Yeah,
Or you pay someone to find you that somebody.
yeah,
Yeah, you get your agent to find. I want to sell for $4,000. Find me somebody.
yeah. I'm not one of those gallery artists. You know, I'm just a guy that pretends. I say I
That you're a
pretend.
gallery artist.
I pretend I know how to paint because I feel like I've never been formally taught because I didn't really have like.
That's like
I didn't have
you
art
went to art
classes
school
like
though.
Elisa. I'm kidding.
You went to art school
Yeah, but
But,
it was
like,
like
we're
art
all-
institute. It was
to-
an art institute.
to some degree.
They didn't teach how to oil
I mean,
paint
but
in
to
art
some
institute.
degree, we're all like self-taught, even in our day jobs. Because I went to school for graphic arts, and most of the stuff I learned on the job anyway.
Oh no, I learned from other
So,
artists on that, but like
Yeah,
I
really
but, like,
learned nothing
school
in
doesn't
school.
fully prepare you. Yeah, it doesn't fully prepare you anyway. So
But
we're all self-taught. We all have
oh no, oil painting was really self-taught because that was a lot of like, well, if you consider like how do you do this, I had to look up YouTube University.
yeah.
But like when it comes
Watch
to
a lot
like,
of Bob Ross.
but when it comes to like technical drawing and stuff, you know, I learned from like guys like Simon. Like I didn't know shit.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know how to paint. This guy, I had to bug this guy to all hell. I'm tired of cartoons. Can you show
Simon
me?"
really influenced so many people out here. I feel like it's like amazing.
Like all of us. Yeah.
It's incredible, honestly.
Yeah,
And he did that too. He was the one always saying, "Hey, you want to do this? Hey, I want to get into painting. Let's all get together and start painting." Like he drove all of that too. So
Yeah.
it was very cool to be a part of that.
right. And I think a lot of that rubbed off on me. Just his attitude about like sharing knowledge.
Yeah.
Just trying to inspire people just to get going and doing. Because a lot
Yeah.
of us, we just talk a lot of shit, but we won't actually do it.
That was the whole point of this podcast too. Like, quit talking and start drawing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not even the podcast, but the original Facebook group when
Yeah.
it was called the Jurassic Mouse Claw.
Yeah, because we were
Just
just
because
like,
we needed a placeholder name. We just needed a dumb name just to get started.
hey, let's do
And
these
look at you
things.
now.
Look at us now.
And look
We-
at us now. Now we have a name that has art in the title.
It only took
We're
like
going places.
how many years?
Going
is it?
places.
Was it 8 years that Diona said?
Oh my god!
I know,
I want to say
yeah.
2015 was the first, right? Yeah, because you were part of that Facebook group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
was-
was 2016. Because I looked at my
2016,
Instagram
yeah.
when I made that like wrestling armadillo. I'm like,
Oh, you know what? I think that's the first time I saw Elisa's stuff, and I'm like, who the hell is this person? Like, I need to like suck their energy so I can draw like that person. And like, yeah, I think that's probably where I first saw your artwork. But like, you see that like stuff like that. It's just always been something I want to just get people together.
yeah.
Just
No, it's awesome. Because
That's a
Vegas
that's
is
a good
such a
goal this
small
year is-
place. It's nice for all the artists to kind of all
Yeah.
communicate
Get-
with each other and
let's
have
get
a
together
sense of
more.
community.
Yeah,
Let's
like,
get together
like
more
on
and draw this
Saturdays,
year.
like once a month at the coffee
Saturdays
shop.
when Brian's not big
When-
timing.
Right. But hey, we're also doing life drawing on Thursday, right,
Hey.
Brian?
No, but Thursday I cheat on you two and do my other podcast.
Can you
How
do you hear this
dare you.
bullshit? Do you hear this bullshit? Another podcast.
I could be on the
He's so
podcast.
popular.
If you say it's a wrestling podcast, that we're done.
It's not a wrestling podcast. It's not a wrestling podcast. I would absolutely force you to join me for a wrestling podcast.
All right. You know I would do it too. You know I.
Oh yeah.
I think
I don't think Elisa understands. I'm addicted to podcasting. At one point, I was doing 4 podcasts in
He was.
2020.
Wow.
It
Hey,
was
you know
and I
what?
was trying to do
That's
5.
awesome. I feel
I
like
was
if you
trying
got a
to do
lot to
5.
say, it's like such a great medium to as an
Yeah,
outlet to
Yeah.
communicate.
doesn't
It's
have
funny.
a lot to
I
say.
got a
He
lot-
just likes to say. things.
I just like to say I have a lot to say, but not a lot of people want to hear what I have to say. So we have like zero
that doesn't matter.
downloads for a lot of these podcasts.
So we're the same. So we're the same.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised we get people listening to the audio of this podcast.
We just got 1,000 downloads.
That's
You're kidding.
Total,
Wow.
not for one episode, but total. Over 70 something 80 episodes.
Hey, that's a lot.
But Podbean
more.
was like, congratulations on your 1,000 downloads. It's like, oh, bravo.
Yeah,
bravo.
that's 1,000 more than I ever expected. I think when we first started, it was just here to like just talk about art and how to deal
Brian
with the
has a
pandemic.
lot to say.
Yeah.
Brian has a lot to say, and he's addicted to podcasting.
There's a lot of dealing with the pandemic too, because it was so new, and I was.
It
like,
was
Those are good times.
because I was super.
Good times.
I mean, like before, like pandemic, I was out a lot. I go out, I'd just be out somewhere, and then all of a sudden.
I mean,
it
I
stopped.
wasn't, but I was out way more than I am now.
Yeah.
Like I would go buy art supplies at Dick Blick. I don't do that anymore.
You should still do that.
It's on Charleston. I'm like, hey, is it on Jet Pens? Like I could drive 10 minutes to Blick Art Supplies, but I'd rather order from Jet Pens because I don't want to leave the house.
But you know
Also,
what?
we like Jet Pens. Just give us that money, Jet Pens.
Yeah.
Come on.
This episode
Shout out
is brought
Jet
to you
Pens.
by Jet Pens.
Shout
Jet
out.
Pens.
Shout out.
Amazing
This
pens.
episode hopefully will someday be brought to you by Jet Pens.
If we keep saying Jet Pens, you think they'll hear us? Maybe it'll catch on some kind of...
Manifest
Prang
it,
didn't.
Brian.
Prang did. Let's manifest it.
Manifest.
Jet Pens.
Manifest it.
The law of attraction.
Oh, God.
I-
I was watching a documentary on
It's-
that call.
The Secret?
Yeah.
Was it The Secret? Oh, that it was the documentary about them,
About
not
the-
not the actual.
It was
okay.
a documentary on cults.
Ooh, fun.
Oh, and that's part of it.
Oh, yeah, it was a for real cult.
Like I didn't know there's an organized thing. I thought it was just like
Yeah, the
books and
guy
stuff.
went to
I didn't
jail.
know.
The guy went to jail.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I will say though, I like the idea of not the law of attraction where the universe is providing stuff for you, but if you have that mindset, like you just start subconsciously making those decisions to work towards it anyway. Like if you already act, it's fake it till you make it. Like if you already act like you're a successful writer, then you can sell garbage supermarket paperbacks and make thousands of dollars like I did.
I'll read your books.
I watch too many action movies. Was
But
that?
I'll read your books one day.
Read Void Hawks. It's right up your alley.
All
It's
right.
pro wrestling cyberpunk.
Enough said.
And I don't mean like it's if you like pro wrestling, you might like this. It is pro wrestling. The fighting is just pro wrestling.
So you're narrating matches.
No, but we should do that one season. We should have the
That's cool.
narrator.
So okay.
Like the episode I wrote today is called The Main Event.
You just wrote the episode today. I still envy people that can
I didn't-
write.
Yeah. It's not live yet. I sent it to Alan.
I feel
Like he does his pass.
I feel like if I wrote what was on my mind, it would be a lot of rambling and incoherent
You know-
cursing.
I mean, there's nothing wrong. That sells. But let me tell you something. Like everyone thinks the hardest part about writing is like the world building or like plotting. It's
Yeah.
basically campaigns from D&D, and you do that all the time.
Right.
Like that's the reason we're able to write full novels is because we've run role-playing games for years,
I do
for like
miss
20
that.
something years.
That
Yeah,
should be
I
on
do
my
too.
That
I
should
do
be on
too.
my goals for this year.
Is to play more D&D.
Well,
Run
I
it,
ran a campaign.
more D&D.
I ran a campaign for like 3 years, and then the pandemic hit, and I think we just got up to like level 18.
Oh,
they
wow.
were like just overpowered, and so it was hard to make encounters for these guys because at level 18,
Yeah.
what can you throw 'em at? What can you throw at a team that's already overpowered? You know,
Yeah.
Just
But-
one beholder? Ha ha! Get out of here with that
these
kid's
are
hour.
these are triplet beholders, and they're feeling pretty salty today. because you killed
Each
their
eye
mother.
stalk is another beholder on the end of it.
Right. Exactly. You have to start making up shit like that, you know. But you were saying you play, right? Elisa, you play D&D, right?
Yeah, I actually just started playing last year after avoiding it for a million years.
How did you like avoiding it on purpose? Like it's been
Yeah,
chasing you?
I had so many people that would be like, "You would be really good at it. You should just
Oh,
play.
so
You have
you
a lot of
just
fun."
started.
I
So
think because
you just
I,
started D&D.
what's that?
So you just started? Like you're just now getting into it?
Yeah, like last year. Yeah, because my former roommate is really, really into it, and then my brother is like insanely into it, and so they were always like, "You gotta like play with us," and I'm like, "No, it's like
Nerds.
too nerdy. It's just
Nerd.
too nerdy."
It is, I've been
Well,
doing it since high school. It is too nerdy though.
yeah, I don't know why I had like, which I
I
love
love it.
nerdy shit. I don't know why I was so opposed to it. It's like
Yeah,
really
right?
weird. And
Yeah,
then
you're like reading your comic books going, I don't do that nerd stuff.
Right.
yeah, it was a weird thing that I just had this like
Fast
weird hang
forwarding
up
your
on.
anime, like what anime am I watching now while I avoid nerd
Right.
stuff?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go watch Star Trek.
I
Star
think
Trek.
I had a different idea of what it was like, and like I said, my roommate they would play at my house sometimes, and just I don't know, I just never really like fully watched them play, but I would hear little things. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. And
Wow,
so
you're that person.
yeah, and so last year
Nerds.
I had a friend of mine, and they were doing a group. And so my friend's wife, who I'm also kind of friends with, she was like, it would be really cool if we had like another girl in the group. And so I was like, okay, I'll play. And I'm actually having like a ton of fun with it. So
Okay.
It is. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
What
Although-
character are you?
I am a dragonborn rogue.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
And
Everyone's so fancy. Everyone's so fancy. Always like a dwarf fighter or barbarian.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
always
right.
a dwarf cleric.
see, I thought like being a rogue was like kind of simplistic too, just because it's
Oh.
like
I
one
mean,
of
the
those-
class rogue is, but if you're dragonborn rogue, you're getting
Well,
fancy.
I wanted to
That's like
be
that's like fancy cheese.
so
Fancy cheese.
they had sent me like a list of all of the things that you could be, right? All the races.
Yeah.
And anytime I could, and I guess because I just love animals, I guess. I don't know. I was just like, I want to be like some kind of animal character. And I saw that they have these like birds. I don't know,
Those
I-
raven
the
birds.
ravens.
I can't remember what they're
I
called.
forget what
but
they're called.
Yeah, there's some kind of like bird. Let me look it up.
Like
Breaks out
I
the
ran.
handbook.
Yeah, I ran the. There was like a.
Henku,
Oh
they are
yeah,
called.
yeah. I know
Oh yeah, yeah.
those.
There's that I Spire Peak supplement adventure. I bought that and ran it for my family, my kids, and my son made one of those birds as a rogue. But he didn't talk. All he did was
Call.
like mimic
Okay.
everyone.
All right. So I'm so glad that you brought that up. So I was like, I'm going to be this bird lady. I'm going to be a bird. And so my friend who's like the DM, he was just like, well, technically these birds don't speak English. And so it's like more of a complicated character for like a newbie to be playing. And I was just
Yeah.
pause. Just pause. Like, this is a fantasy-based game. Like, who's to say I didn't just learn English?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
they were like, no, they weren't having it. And so they were just
Really?
like,
oh man.
yeah. And so it kind of like took me out of it because I was just like, I thought I was supposed to have fun here.
My first mission would have been trying to find a spell where everyone understood what I was saying.
Right. Yes, exactly. I thought I could have like, because it's the way one of my friends had told me, it was just kind of like, it's kind of like improv-y. So it's a little bit
Yeah.
of that, and you're just kind of having fun with it, and you're making things up as you go. But I suppose there is like a set world that you do have to kind of abide by those rules and stuff.
There is, but every party ruins it.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
Everyone goes outside of what the DM is expecting.
Yeah, you think my wife got away with all the shit she got away with because we followed the rules? No, because she threatened me. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah.
I better not die in this campaign. You got that? I'm like, okay, it'll be cool. Just stay over behind that rock. I won't do magic
That's
missiles
what
over
the
there.
that's what the
Yeah.
dungeon master screen is for, to hide your rolls, so you
Oh
can
yeah.
protect the
And you know
characters.
how often I have to protect them? Like they could have got killed so many times, but I'm like, nope. I only rolled a 3.
See,
Yeah.
I'm the like my son who played the bird rogue whose
Yeah.
name was, so I had to like say that, make that sound every time I talked to
Oh,
him.
it's like a clicky, clicky, clicky
Yeah, yeah.
noise.
And then he was all like, he knew the rules, so he knew what rogues were capable of. So he was always in a position to inflict like 40 hit point damage
Yeah, yeah.
all the
Oh,
time.
yeah,
I'm like, good Lord.
yeah, that's been my character. The last several boss fights we've had, I'm like the finisher. And it's kind of
I
cool.
Oh
will,
yeah.
I don't want to say rogues are overpowered because they have to be
But they're
next
overpowered.
to
I honestly
they
I
have
feel
to
a
be
little
adjacent
OP.
to another
Yeah.
character. But you, like, by yourself, if you're not sneaking, you're not really taking anyone on. Like, you are like, it's a great support. I say support, but you're doing all the damage when you're standing next to another fighter or another warrior. It's like, it's weird.
Yeah.
But I was the DM that, like, I would stand up and pantomime the combat and stuff like that
Oh,
because
that's
I wanted
awesome.
everyone to get into it, and they were having fun. They're having, and now my kids play. I bought them a Foundry license so they can run online games with all their friends. So they play
Oh,
every
that's really
Saturday
cool.
now.
Oh, aren't you the cool nerd dad?
Do you feel like it
I
got popular
didn't.
with the Stranger Things?
Stranger Things and Critical Role were the two
Oh,
things
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I've
that brought
tried
it
true.
back.
Critical Role.
And I wasn't one of those nerds that was like trying to gatekeep it and keep everyone out because I was there first. I was like, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, whoever wants to play.
I have I have so many role-playing game books from other systems, not D&D, but no one wanted to play them. They all want to play D&D, so I just spend like $100 on the first 3 books so my kids can learn
Yeah.
D&D.
Oh my god, I've spent thousands of dollars on D&D, man. You know how many
Yeah, but
miniatures
I'm
I
like,
have?
I have thousands of dollars in like the different Palladium games that I got. I paid for some of them, but I got most of them for free because I was doing work for Palladium for like 10, 12 years. And they don't play any of those. I was like, you don't want to play Ninja Turtles? You don't want to be a giant robot? Like, no, it's all just D&D. All
No,
just D&D.
I get it. It's the popular thing. I mean,
Yeah.
when I
How do you
was when
how
I,
do you like Gundam but don't want to be a giant robot in a role-playing game?
I mean, when I was in like kind of after high school, like Vampire was a lot bigger than D&D.
It's still around, by the way.
Yeah, it
The live
is.
action version of Vampire is still around, and they're still doing the paper rock scissors conflict resolution.
Yeah, but lots of nerd talk here.
Lots of nerd talk.
Lots of nerd talk.
Nerd talk. I stopped drawing long ago to do nerd talk.
It's like nerd talk. Yeah,
I'm trying to draw faces at different angles, like
Well,
little crack baby
speaking of vampires,
always
though,
does.
did you see the trailer for Renfield?
I
Yes.
haven't seen that yet.
So fucking
When
funny.
is when
That's
is
funny.
Nicolas Cage just gonna go for it in a role? When is he just gonna
Like,
go
this might
all
be it.
in? Why is he always holding back? No. I saw someone tweet that. It was funny.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I didn't see the trailer yet though.
he
It looks pretty
he
amusing.
seems to be having a resurgence. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know what he did. Was he canceled for anything or?
No, it was like a tax issue thing. He had lost a lot of money and is basically paying a lot of taxes. I think Bruce Willis is the same. Wesley Snipes went to jail for that.
Oh yeah, Wesley Snipes got reamed for that.
Yeah,
Oh man, that's funny.
but yeah, it's just basically probably taxes and real estate. He lost a lot of money, so he just started taking heavy
Whatever.
role. But the good thing about Nicolas Cage is he doesn't care how big or small the role is. He's bringing the same enthusiasm,
Intensity.
Yeah.
intensity. Yeah,
He's too funny.
because I watched that Willy's Wonderland where he doesn't talk at
Oh,
all in the
yeah,
movie,
yeah, I
but
saw
it's
that
still
one.
it's
Wait, which
it's still
one?
a fun movie. Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, I
It's
haven't
like
even heard of
Five
that.
Nights at Freddy's,
Oh,
basically.
okay.
Yeah, he was doing
But
horror stuff for a little bit.
He did The Color from Space, which I guess is
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah.
Lovecraft
That was a Lovecraft
story.
one.
That was a really good one.
That was cool.
He did Mom and
Gets
Dad, where
weird.
the
It gets
parents
weird.
went crazy and killed it. It gets really weird.
Yeah, and the
But then there's that
Lovecraft
movie Mom and Dad where all the parents go crazy and kill their own
Oh,
children.
right, yeah.
And I was like, he's tailor made for this
Oh,
role.
but Color of Space though, when the kid and the mom like fuse. Not the spoiler. But
Spoiler
they
alert.
fuse and they're still alive. Oh, it's just like, and they're like, "Mommy."
It's a wild movie.
God,
It's a pretty wild movie.
it's pretty wild.
Did you see the unbearable weight of massive talent?
I have
No, not yet.
Where
I do
where
want to
he
see
plays himself. It is so good. That one and Everything Everywhere All at Once are like my two
I love
favorite
that.
movies from last year.
Yeah,
Like
no,
I had
that's really
so
good.
much fun watching both of those movies.
Oh,
I
you
loved
know,
crying my eyes out at that movie. That's what happened.
the one movie I saw
I
recently
should watch it again.
that I hadn't even heard about was called The Menu. Have you
Oh, I
heard-
just watched
The
that
Menu.
the
It's
other
on
day.
HBO
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it good?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I hadn't even heard
It's on
about
HBO
it.
now. Me neither. Everyone's like, you got to watch this movie on HBO. I was like, what movie? What is this?
Yeah, it was.
I'm
it
too
was.
busy rewatching Avengers.
It wasn't. I didn't know what to expect from it, so I didn't really go in with any kind of expectations. But it was. It's pretty original. But like I said, I had never heard of it until like 2 days ago, and I'm just like, hey, let's put this on.
Yeah, I think that's when everyone started talking about it because it was on on HBO. At that
HBO,
point.
yeah.
So it just came on there. Okay.
Yeah, it just came out. Yeah.
Like 2 days ago when you heard about it.
Oh, so I'm on top of it. Look at me trending. Oh, but as far as
I
our
think
goals
did it
go,
co- was
we
it-
still have
Oh,
our
yeah.
goals.
As far as art goals, we want to make movie posters for the menu. That's what we want. We want to design menus. That's my art goal.
Watch more crappy movies.
Watch more crappy movies.
What's the other article I had? Okay. Oh yeah. So I said less.
It's draw comic book, right?
Draw comic book #1.
Oh, that's a huge one.
Yeah. No, but yeah, definitely. I want to ease up on the digital stuff. Like maybe leave that for work.
Yeah.
I'll try, but it's sometimes digital is just so easy to pick up.
Yep.
So we'll see. But if there's any digital I want to do, it's definitely make that art toy this year. Make that.
You can do Nomad Sculpt
Yeah. Or ZBrush. I could use both.
or ZBrush. Just something that you can 3D print, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, you're not going to use a company?
No. I have a 3D printer. I have a resin 3D
Oh,
printer.
that's cool.
That I've only printed a handful of things, and then I haven't set it up since we moved to the new house. So
It's a resin printer too. It's so nice.
yeah, and and I can print a sorrow heads all day for Josh. But yeah, it's definitely that.
And then not deliver it to him.
Yeah, and I have a few other goals like cons I want to go to. I don't know if I'm gonna actually do the
Soul Brush
cons.
just showed up.
Where
Soul
is
Brush
he?
just showed up in the chat. He's yelling at you to make the toy.
Here he is. Shit. Busted. You know what? Let me change that goal. The goal is not to make
No.
toys.
No, he's right. Make that toy.
I'm just gonna play with more toys. Like a child. That was my Christmas basically. And my kids are like in my family like, what can we get him? He already gets stuff he likes, and so
Buys what he likes.
He's got toys.
they buy me toys, like usually monster themed toys. So
Nice.
it's like I have a bunch of. I think in the back you see, I have a nun action.
You have a
figure.
couple of toys. You got a couple of toys.
The nun. Is that from anything in particular?
The nun.
The nun, yeah.
Yeah, it's because I like religion. No, it's
From-
Okay, that movie. Okay,
that nun.
that nun.
Not just a random
I
Catholic
wasn't.
toy.
That's why I was so confused.
Hey, did you check out Pope Benedict's new action figure? Amazing.
It's made by McFarlane Toys. It's
Right?
dope.
Oh my god, with the cape.
With
12 points
that
of
Pope with the cape.
articulation.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in Spawn 300.
Oh shit! Soulbrush is saying that we need a Rurax. I can't say that. Rurax toy. And Tag Champ toy. What would Tag Champ
one
toy?
day.
We do have, it's not a toy, but we do have an idea that we want to make of a little title belt tag team champs logo that looks like a title belt that Alan wants to have like actually 3D printed.
If it doesn't look
Which
like
is why
big
we
gold,
bought 3D printers.
If it doesn't look like big gold, then it's nothing.
Like if it doesn't look like big gold, then why bother?
Why bother? Oh look, your brother's on here. What?
Hey!
What did he say?
Speaking of Alan, I was just mentioning the tag team champs logo, right? So you're gonna 3D print that, right, Alan?
And then Alan appears. Look at that. Alan doesn't show up on.
A wild Alan appears.
Is it because we're not on Twitch right now? So he's like, "Oh, YouTube, I got you."
I think it's what it is. Everyone's like finding YouTube a little easier. I hope.
Probably. I made people
Except
subscribe.
Soulbrush, who's dwelling. Soulbrush is dwelling on Twitch, so he's like, "Where are you guys at?"
Why isn't he drawing? Why isn't he drawing?
Yeah, why aren't you in Magma?
I also set it
I
up.
posted the link.
I also set it up. You couldn't comment unless you subscribed. It's a little sneaky. Part.
In YouTube?
Yeah, a little underhanded on my
like
end,
that.
but
I like it. You can watch it. You just can't.
yeah, you want to talk to
comment.
the talent. I'm kidding.
You want to talk to the talent? Wait, does it show how many people are actually watching?
You know,
That's probably something that you would see because I don't know.
I don't see it on my end.
It's your account. We don't know how to use YouTube. I don't know if you're all.
You know, I know how to watch cooking videos and art videos. About it.
That's where
and
it is.
lock picking videos and
Lock-picking.
blacksmithing videos.
Exactly. Oh man, my beer's getting cold. I'm not getting cold. It's getting warm. Food gets cold.
Drinking on the show?
Hey, this is a new
Drinking
year.
on the show?
Adult
Beverages?
I've never discouraged it.
Oh, that's why I have my vodka right here. My liter of vodka. You thought this was water?
Alan
Been
said
getting fucked up this whole time.
he can hold his liquor down.
That's why I'm hooked on podcasts.
Alan said he'll join the 3D print pizza podcast. There you go. So now Elisa has to make a 3D pizza.
So we can have 4 people in there and make it easier for Ed to
Are we
set
just
up his
making
OBS.
pizza-fied versions of ourselves?
Exactly.
Like Garbage Pail Kids, but with pizza.
Like garbage. It's a pizza art punk. Pizza art podcaster. That's our brand.
Man, I wish I hadn't lost my book today because I felt like I had a list of.
You had more goals that.
You know, now that I don't say it out loud in the podcast, I don't have to hold myself accountable now. So.
Oh my God! I just realized that a goal that I had last year that I didn't accomplish that I was going to move to this year was actually do a book cover, like a digitally painted book cover.
Like with Fabio, like a romance novel.
With Fabio. That's why I'm growing the hair out. I'm not growing it out for me.
Get like a
I'm growing
Actually,
it out
just
for-
I
I'm
saw a
going
challenge on Instagram. It was a book cover challenge.
Drawing Fabio?
to draw
No,
Fabio.
not the the Fabio
Just
challenge.
book covers in general, like
Hit in the face by bird. It's day 4.
We need to help Fabio bring back his career. We'll just start doing Fabio.
He
Why?
aged out, man.
why?
Oh, did he? I don't even know what he looks like.
I don't
today.
know.
He's probably just like overweight and bald and.
He's still got money still, I hope.
Oh,
I don't want to.
sure.
We don't need to help him. He's got money.
Right. Let's see what else. So I got the traditional stuff, digital. I think comic book.
Oil paintings, comic
Oh, with
book.
the
You said that's
comic-
number 1.
Yeah, of course, always. But the 12-pager, that's not over ambitious, right?
12 pages?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like people are doing 22 pages a month, and we're all like, I want to do 12 pages to pitch it to Dark Horse. Oh my God! Did you see that was an orb that just flew by?
Oh, the haunting.
Oh my God, we should take up ghost
Either
hunting.
I gotta dust or there's ghosts. It's probably dusting, but I'm not ruling out ghosts.
Oh man.
I went on a ghost hunt in Vegas once, and it was
What?
so fascinating.
What?
You just ate it up the whole time. You're like, this is amazing.
We're like at the tail end of our podcast, and you're just gonna drop that gem.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh,
By the
yeah.
way, I'm a ghost hunter
I'm
professionally.
a ghost hunter.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine. It was her birthday, and there's like a ghost hunting thing that you could go on, and it was like 20 of us on a bus, and they take you all these like haunted places in Vegas.
Oh, okay. So
And
it's
one
like
of them
a
was
tour thing.
that park. There's a park on the corner of like Warm Springs and Valley Verde, and it's like supposed like a kid got hit by a car there, and his spirit
Jesus.
haunts the park. So they like make you take photos, and then there's like orbs, and you're like, see, the boy is here.
Oh,
So they're cashing in on this kid's death.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but we
that's
went to a bunch
harsh.
of other places too. But yes, it culminated with the boy
The
at
orb.
the park.
the
Yeah.
boy, the orb boy.
The orb boy.
Oh, let me add the crown. We got to add the crown here.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I put a top hat on mine. I can't put a crown. But it's always
You can.
floating. I like drawing floating hats.
I know it's the best.
It's like, why should it sit on their head? It doesn't, it should defy all
It
forms of
defies
gravity.
logic.
Hats float overhead, cigars float just outside the mouth.
Yeah,
That's the way it goes.
I don't think any of my drawings make sense. You know, like if you look at, like, I see like a lot of artists that I admire. They seem to be consistent across the board on what they do, and it's just like, oh look, that's another
Yeah,
amazing
some
thing.
people are like that.
And then you
Like
you look
Soul
at my
Brush
stuff.
is like that. He's very consistent.
It's boring.
Yeah,
Consistency is boring.
you know, I feel
I
like
feel the
it's,
same. I
it's
don't
just
like doing that.
oh, I'm too off the wall, or it's like I want to do one thing 1 minute and then another.
But that's not one of your art goals, is it?
Oh,
To be
Consistency.
boring,
consistent, be boring? No.
to be boring, to conform to the man.
To
The man. Damn the man.
Damn the man. Making me work. I swear I'd retire. But
If you didn't have to like pay
Yeah.
bills, pay for all your toys.
well, if Rachel let me retire, I would. Like, I just want to be a full-time artist. I'd probably just wind up not doing art.
It's just you're just laying there.
Bring me a beer.
If you start selling like those small oil paintings and work your way up to $4,000 paintings, that'll be
Yeah,
your
it's a
job.
way to.
I think last year one of my goals was to do a Patreon, right? But every
Yes,
ti- but
like Patreon to teach art.
yeah, and like every time I thought about that, I was just like, who's gonna listen to me? I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, well,
the-
that's that. Yeah, that self-doubt is the worst.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that I don't know
It's
what to
imposter
teach.
syndrome.
It's just like, how do I teach this? Like it's like I don't know if I'm a good teacher. Like, because I remember doing critiques for Soul Brush, and I wound up just showing him how to do it from scratch.
You're like, move out of the way. Let me
you'll
do
learn.
it.
You'll learn.
yeah.
Like the first book that I wrote was like way too detailed, and then we started like cutting it down, and then it just turned into action movies. So it's imposter syndrome. That's what's stopping you. Don't let that
Oh.
stop you.
I think
It's the
because
worst.
because it's probably because, like, you know, a lot of teachers went to like really prestigious art schools, or and
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm Art Institute.
That's not the world we live in anymore, though. That's not the world. The world belongs to influencers now, so you could be one of them.
You're not helping it.
you
You're not
You
helping.
just really just turned him off. the
can
whole-
be
Yeah,
an
never
art-
mind.
an influence on young artists, not an influencer.
So you're saying I should
In a
hang
good
out
way.
at schools?
Positive, no, a positive influence on young up and coming artists or old artists,
Well, you know,
people
like,
that are all artists. All artists.
like on
Take
like
that Ratatouille approach. Everyone's an artist.
I mean, like, even on the
Just-
Discord, if people have questions, I try to be on top of it and help answer, like, or give critiques. I used to be better about it, but like I forget to go on Discord a lot.
Oh, sounds like a goal, 2023 goal. I gotta be on Discord more.
That's not a good goal. I guess it could. but
More
more.
is
I mean,
not a good goal.
I think if more people utilized it, I'll talk to people on there.
Well, let's build it up.
Yeah, I should probably be
How
better
many-
about
Just putting it out
communicating
there.
more with people. I feel like
I know, like
More art.
I probably didn't even put on social media like, hey, we're streaming now. I think I put one like an hour ago, like before we started.
Is it-
But,
Did it not show up in the blasting off? Yeah, it showed up.
oh no, but like just on social media and stuff. I think you put it on,
Oh,
on
okay.
the Twitch. Not the Twitch.
No, in Discord,
on Twitter.
yeah, but in Discord, the blast off thing worked.
Cool. It took me like 10 tries to get that bot to work. It's like, damn it, it's gonna work eventually. But I was just doing something stupid because technology.
Technology.
Man, I keep seeing that orb. What is going on over there?
oh
You
god,
saw the orb in my
Brian, get out of your house.
No, there's no mirror behind me like Brittany's house, Brittany's apartment. I'm not worried about some being creeping up. Watch someone crawl from under that curtain behind me.
Oh yeah, we used
Oh,
to
God.
freak
Freak.
freak Brittany out during the podcast.
Because she had a mirror behind her, so we would always talk about what's happening in the mirror.
And she lives by herself.
That's
she
so
started, like,
creepy.
Started positioning yourself in front of the mirror instead of moving the camera or the mirror.
Well, this filled up pretty good for just the three of us.
I mean, my part looks a little light, but I don't care. I don't care.
Commit to your
I
lines,
did multiple
Brian.
things. What?
Commit to your lines, Brian.
Well, I also don't like the tools here. Also, someone's got to run the show. That's my excuse why I don't finish drawing. Someone's got to run this nut house,
This nut house.
This pizza house.
this pizza house, this pizza parlor. Someone's got to flip the dough, make the dough. Well, we're all making the dough, right? Jet pens.
Right.
Jetpens.com.
Jetpens.com.
Hey, you guys need pins? Jetpins.com. Man, I can't. I can't.
Alan saying a ghost is going to appear in my room and then dust the shelves.
Oh,
I
shit.
dusted them. I dusted them when I
Calling
put
you
those
out.
books up. Harsh. Oh, harsh.
Don't worry, bro.
I mean, for seeing orbs, he's not wrong.
I have a lot of stuff on my shelves too. And like the books and toys. It's just a dust magnet.
Oh, yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
You just
Very
cleaned your,
disgusting.
you just cleaned your office.
Well, I have to put up a third shelf because all of the shit from this desk now has to go onto a shelf. It's just too much. I have too many
need
toys
proper
and
bookshelves.
plushies and things.
Oh,
Yeah, I need like proper bookshelves that are like one shelf higher
my
instead of that stack on top of the shelves that you see.
my weekend.
I
today-
did get my my new Piggy Pinups calendar up though.
Oh, you did? Oh,
that's-
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Mine is on the floor.
Right here.
Mine is on the floor because I don't use paper count. I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, Diona.
Thank you, Deanna. But like, yeah, this weekend I was putting up a new Detolf IKEA case. You know,
Oh,
the Detolf.
nice.
It's a glass case.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just because I had too much toys.
For your title belts.
Yeah,
for
for
your
my,
title belts.
for my title belts. So if anyone out there wants to send me a title belt, I'll take it and put it in my new Detolf IKEA case. No, I just have
Yeah,
a lot of stuff.
I was eyeballing some IKEA shelves because I was gonna get the ones like you have, but they're too deep, and I need the regular bookshelves like the current depth I've got. But the current ones I have are those cheapo
Oh.
$15 Walmart ones that I've had for like 20 years,
Deep
15
isn't
years.
isn't too bad. Like on the ones I have behind me, I actually just pushed the books forward so they all.
Yeah, but it's like a 30-inch depth or something like that.
But then you can hide your
Right?
drugs back there.
but
Kids don't.
But
do
right
drugs.
now, those bookshelves I have are as deep as I have room for against that wall if I want to keep the drawing desk where it is. So I don't want to move anything around.
I'm gonna have to do.
Mostly because I built a nice little desk table companion thing that's like the exact measurement of what I need. So I don't want to mess with that feng shui now.
So you actually built it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not pretty, but I was doing woodworking.
Woodworking.
Is that another goal?
Woodworking.
Ryan, you're a man of many talents over there. Jesus. Woodworking.
I'm like the snooty, like I didn't want to buy a bunch of power tools because I didn't have room for them. So I just started getting like Japanese hand tools because I'm a snob.
They are pretty
I
good
was
with
like, "Ooh,
their wooden structure.
yeah, their carpentry is amazing, and
Yeah.
I only use
Everything locks
Japanese pull
together.
saws. Yeah, only Japanese pull saws, but American everything else. I have Western hand planes and chisels. I made a mallet. I made a mallet
You
that I
made
used to
one.
help me build this desk thing.
And you're awfully handy. I'm totally that guy that just like pays someone to put stuff together. These are
I
artist hands. These aren't
They're
hands.
so soft.
They're so soft.
They're so soft.
You'll
I'm
be
torn
surprised
because
how
I
soft.
want to pay someone. I want to pay a craftsman to do that to support our local artists, but I also want to do it. I also want to like build stuff.
No,
So
that's
it's,
cool.
you
That's
know.
cool. I can appreciate that.
Anyway, we've gone long enough, right? We've gone
I
the
think so.
distance.
Have we? I remember we used to rant on for hours. Hours.
Yeah, but that's a pain to edit, right?
Oh, I see.
What's like your longest podcast
It's easy.
episode?
It's easier.
probably
Probably
three.
an hour and a half, I think.
Oh, I feel
Oh,
like
that
we've
sounds
gone
too
like
bad.
3 hours before.
Yeah, but I think we only recorded like an hour
Oh
and
yeah.
a half. Of
Oh
it.
yeah, and then we'll still talk for like
Yeah.
all the good stuff's after we stop recording.
Yeah. Well, sometimes Ed and I will just get on Discord or Zoom and just talk about stuff for like 3 or 4 hours,
Like wrestling.
Nice.
like wrestling and comic books, or like if like Simon and Ricardo talk during while they're working because they
Yeah.
like to just chat while they're drawing, and I was like, I don't know how you guys do that.
I don't know how people do
But-
that either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hard.
but
It's
we're,
quite the
like
struggle.
Alan and I were talking to Ricardo for a few hours one time while we're all supposed to be working, and he was working probably. I was working.
Just in case your boss is watching. I was
No
Oh
watching.
yeah, it's like yeah.
Yeah, no, I've worked and talked to them at the same time, and it's hard because I don't see those guys, especially Simon, that often. So I'm just like in bullshit.
Yeah, so the this conversation is really long.
What is this thing that Elise is drawing? It's like a demon pickle.
I don't know. I was just filling up the space, and it's one of those things where now I'm like talking less, and I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck I am drawing. Just a guy. He just fits in the space there, so
Yeah.
there he goes.
So
He does look squeezed into space there.
As far as your sketchbook goes, when is the start date? You should have a start date and just go.
January 1st was the start date.
Oh yeah, 9 days
Yeah,
ago.
I had to reorganize all this stuff before I could even start.
Yeah, so that's
because I
fine.
was
Yeah.
so busy.
So I
Possibly
will.
draw.
We're counting that. Yeah, no, we're counting that because one of her goals was clean off that desk. And
Yeah,
it's
so
clean.
it's still yeah.
Okay.
But hopefully this weekend or so. I don't know. We'll see.
What's wrong with
So
tomorrow?
So next
What's
week,
wrong with tomorrow?
next week she
Yeah.
will be showing us the
No pressure.
page that she did.
Every
Next
time-
week you'll show us the pages that you did.
Yeah, the 10 pages. Actually,
The
we'll,
10
just- we'll make
10
it.
pages by yeah.
We'll make it 7. We'll make it 7 pages.
Yeah, one a day.
No pressure.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to like maybe journal in it too, but hopefully I'll just use it more as like just a sketchbook.
That's the best part of sketchbooks.
That'd be kind of cool, though.
You
Yeah.
know how many
Journaling.
random notes I write in my sketchbook? It's like,
Oh, me too. What? Because right now I have like one of these kind of like notepads that I write.
Is that
my
a
notes
spiral
on.
bound?
But it's also full of drawings and stuff too. So
spiral.
Is that a boring
yeah,
spiral
boring
bound?
spiral. No, it's not leather bound. So
God.
Ed hates spiral bound.
I hate
Really?
spiral bound sketchbooks. They're just the inferior sketchbook.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue. I love those Strathmore tone paper ones, but they're spiral bound. But also, I'm left-handed, so I draw on them upside down,
Oh,
which drives
yeah,
Ed
that'll
nuts
do it.
as well.
You left
I also have another sketchbook that has been eaten by my dog.
Oh,
Oh.
that's just character. That's just
Yeah, so
character.
I'm gonna fill
Yeah,
this
that's
one up
just character.
too.
All right.
You have no
So-
fear filling that one up now because it's
Yeah,
already
this one's
beat up.
more. I think this is gonna be the one I take out into public. Whereas
So
I
you
think
should
this one will be the
give your
more.
dog an extra treat. Give your dog an extra treat for that.
The
For
other one
prepping
looks like it would
your
be used for like
sketchbook.
calligraphy or something.
Oh
You
Yeah,
my god.
calligraphy or like Da Vinci sketches,
know? Right.
Yeah,
like
see
designing
now I'm seeing where
contraptions.
I had the fear because it's too nice. Now you're
Yeah.
telling me I got to do calligraphy.
Actually, just throw it into the street and have your dog piss on it, and it'll be good.
Yeah,
So,
and have
And
it
then
ran over a
just
couple
then you could
times.
draw like Image Comics characters in there because you have no fear. Like I'll draw young blood in here. I don't care.
yeah, it's hard to not be precious about your sketchbook.
It really is.
But if you fuck up the
I have
first drawing,
crappy
you're good.
sketchbooks that I'm afraid to start.
Oh,
Like
really?
they're not even good sketchbooks. It's like, but I don't want to just start. I don't want to start with a drawing that I hate. Like why?
Yeah, I can't do the
You
spiral.
hate all your
The
drawings.
spiral sketchbook I can't do because I just can't take it serious. It's almost like
It's like you're in high school
yeah, I'm in
again.
high school. I just want
Yeah.
like I need something that's more durable because you know how the spirals they like to unspiral and then you're trying to
Oh yeah.
put it back in alignment. It's like no, I don't want to deal with
And the
it.
paper gets frayed where it rubs all over the spirals. And
Yeah. So nice hardbound
It's not the best.
sketchbook. Hardbound, Brian.
hardbound.
Yeah.
You're asking too
hardbound.
much now. I got like this one.
Oh,
That
This
is-
is
see,
like my travel size one.
that's a nice travel size one. Yeah.
And I have a Doctor Doom sketch in here already,
see,
done in ballpoint pen.
Oh, nice.
drawn with confidence.
Look at you guys accomplishing your goals.
No, this is from last year. Or this is.
Oh well, never mind.
I got this in 2021 when I was more
It's only
productive with
3
my art.
pages in.
Well, I have other sketchbooks I was using. I did a lot in 2021,
I like how we all just have so many sketchbooks.
and there was a long period of time where I wasn't drawing at all because of after recovering from COVID, I didn't draw for like 3 months, and I still produced more in 2021 than I did last year.
Oh man.
Counting writing too, I wrote more in 2021 than I did in 2022. Alan, we're slacking. Alan,
Is he still here? He left. He unsubscribed.
okay. those orbs can't handle all the writing.
The orbs.
Oh, how do your spouses like feel about your sketchbook collection? Do they get it? Do they?
Uh, everything's in my office out of the way, so she don't.
Yeah,
care.
same.
Oh.
This is he does not enter this space.
I get yelled at whenever I bring home new sketchbooks.
Oh, that's funny.
Like because you didn't fill up the other ones.
Yeah,
Or
basically, and
is-
I'm collecting empty sketchbooks at this point. You know.
Okay, like
I'm
fill
glad
up the
it's
first
not.
ones.
I'm glad it's not just me.
Yeah.
So now,
It's a problem we all have.
now my daughter's hitting me up for like sketchbooks and supplies for school, and like, hey, can I have this? I'm like, if you get that one, then I'm gonna have to buy a new one. Yeah, it's just
Oh.
like
Yeah.
When you don't even have to because you have more empty ones already.
exactly. I have more than enough to last through.
But
some
I need
sort of,
a set number of empty ones so I feel comfortable.
yeah. I
You
mean,
need that padding.
Rachel's understanding about it. I think she just likes to give me shit.
That sounds more like yeah.
Yeah.
Goes,
That's about right.
Alan spaced out and didn't hear what Brian was called. Oh, your brother.
It was just for the writing. It was just for writing.
He said you don't write enough.
I wasn't
Alan.
calling. I wasn't calling. Well,
He's-
I mean, he knows he didn't write enough too, though.
Brian said he's doing
We don't.
all
We
the
don't
work.
write enough.
Brian's doing all
He's
the
saying
work.
I do all. No.
I'm causing
No,
friction
like-
between the two brothers, so they
Uh-oh.
split.
The tail end of 2022, we started picking stuff up. We really started going all in. But 2021, I wrote 2 screenplays in a month. And I mean, they're not good, but I had never written
Hey,
a
at least you're
screenplay before,
writing.
and I wrote.
Yeah.
But I wrote 2 full screenplays just to learn how to write a screenplay. So I wrote 2 of them. One was a Kids on Bikes werewolf movie, and then Josh didn't seem to think that was going to sell.
Well, look at how popular vampires are now. Once again,
I mean, yeah. Once again,
there's always room for vampires.
Is there?
Yeah.
though? No. No, I saw
yeah.
I saw that crappy Invitation movie. I don't want to spoil it, but it was.
Oh,
but
yeah, I
Are
know
they
which one you're talking
vampires?
But
about.
it sucked.
I'm not gonna watch it.
I felt like it was made in the '90s. It was that bad. But
Oh, wow.
Are you saying they can't make movies in the 90s?
I'm not saying that, but
There's a vibe,
there's a
right?
vibe.
There's a 90s vibe.
I'll tell you one thing: the premise for The Invitation is the same as Ghoulies 1. I'm just
I feel like the trailer revealed everything you needed to know about that movie.
yeah. If you can't figure out who
should-
the bad guy is, then you haven't seen the movie.
I
In
was,
the 90s.
I was reading what Alan just wrote, but I just heard you say you compare The Invitation to Ghoulies. So, yeah.
Watch Ghoulies and watch The Invitation and tell me
Ghoulies
it's not
is
the same
80s
thing.
though, isn't it 80s?
Yeah.
Or am I thinking Critters?
No, Ghoulies, the one that came out the toilet bowl.
That's the one in the toilet. Yeah. Oh, so you're right. You know, the shirt.
Yeah, like the shirt.
How did I not notice the shirt?
I'm just talking about Ghoulies the whole time. I'm like, Ghoulies.
You know, Ghoulies. So yeah, Alan's right. I do all the writing and he sprinkles cinnamon on it. He's 100% correct.
What is that analogy? I don't even understand it.
It's
Like-
a Chris Rock joke.
Oh,
He's talking
okay.
about
Oh,
sprinkle some cinnamon on it.
gotcha. I should
that's
have
just-
picked up on that. I was thinking, what's he doing with cinnamon?
But that's like we both do that. Like he'll write something and then I'll just add like little character mannerisms and we call that sprinkling cinnamon on it. And for Void Hawks, I'm writing the episodes and handing off to him and he's making it feel like he's tightening the pace and stuff like that and adding all the proper promos.
Very cool.
So yeah, that's our writing style. It works well.
No, that's cool that you guys are like a team, you know?
Yeah.
Most people only have one person to rely on.
Right, yeah.
We also draw like that too. Like when we do commissions or when we're
tandem?
doing stuff for
Oh, you guys do tandem drawing?
no.
They're like on a bike drawing together.
No, I was picturing Alan strapped
Like he
to his
starts
back.
he draws them. He draws on the right half of the page. I draw on the left half, and we just meet in the middle. Or like Master Blaster, right, where he sits on my back. Oh, draws Barter Town. No, I pencil and he inks when we did all the freelance stuff for
Oh,
Palladium.
that's cool.
So that was the.
Well, you need to get Brian
Good
back
teamwork.
on drawing more, because I know he hasn't been. If he's still there.
I haven't been.
Oh, no, Alan.
Oh, you said Alan. Yeah, we got to here. We do got to get Alan on drawing more.
And we need to get him back on the podcast too, so will we confuse who's who?
He actually created like this icon set that's selling on Etsy. So like he made it like a few weeks ago. We sold like 15 different times, 15 downloads for a set of social media icons.
Really?
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah,
What does that even mean?
It's
But we're
On
like, yeah,
Etsy
that's
to sell-
cool. What's that mean?
yeah, you could
Well,
just sell.
I was saying that's cool that it's like selling, but yeah, like what is that exactly?
But you could just sell icons that people use on their websites of the different social media, like the Twitter
Oh, I see.
logo, but like
Yeah.
done as like neon or chrome or something.
Okay.
So if you check out Vectronimo on Etsy. Hey,
Vectron.
I'm gonna apologize because this person that just said hello. I don't know how to pronounce your name out loud, but we interact on Twitter quite a bit.
Cholowinski.
Blaze. I don't know either. But welcome.
I apologize.
Or
I apologize
Kolowinski.
because I'm a jerk.
Don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk, Brian.
Hey, we interact on Twitter all the time.
That's cool. Okay, then there's a pass.
I don't have to say the name out loud in Twitter. I could just type it. So
It's like
easier.
me and Soulbrush and me putting him on blast for his foot fetish. A day does not go by where I don't get a message about something about feet from him. Like, why are you putting that out there? Like,
That's the ongoing gag now.
that's the ongoing.
He's
gag.
got the foot fetish. He's got it.
You'll see if he reposts anything that involves me, he'll put like some feet in there. Oh look, it's Blaze. Okay, cool.
Blaze. Oh, okay.
Okay, so it is Cholowinski.
Look at you pronouncing
Look at that.
People's last names off the cuff.
I read good.
I read good. My mama taught me. Every time I'm like about to hit up a spot, Elisa like gets into that spot.
Sorry.
Like,
Now I'm just like seeing voids in the
You guys
area.
are still drawing. Like, ah.
'cause there was
Someone's got to run this pizza stand.
All right, let me draw.
I
Let me
like
draw
that
the little
one.
pizza guy, and that'll be my last thing I draw.
There you go.
All right, so we'll end the show after you finish the pizza guy.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Actually,
Well,
if the pizza
it's gotta
was
be on the stream. It's got to be on the
sentient.
stream. That's why.
would he be
Just
crust
draw over my bad werewolf.
on the top or crust on the bottom?
oh, that's
Look at the logo. The logo's crushed on top.
it doesn't. I mean, this is her interpretation.
I guess I'll go crust bottom.
I mean, Pizza the Hut is.
He's,
No, what is he crust on the
He's got the pointy head. He's got a pointy.
He
He does have a
no
pointy
crust.
head, right?
He's pointy head. He's all cheese, but he's pointy headed. And the only reason I know so much is because I got nauseous staring at that reference photo for hours when I did that.
Dude, I love that
Yeah,
drawing
man.
of Pizza the Hut you did, but it's fucking disgusting.
It is disgusting. I was staring at that reference photo for hours, like I'm gonna throw up.
I can't believe you got through it because it's really gross. But it's really good though. I really like it.
It's one of my favorites I did because it came together quickly. Because I had also done that Vin Diesel one, the Skullet one, around the same time, and then I came off of that one and went right into the Pizza the Hut one, so I was just on a roll. Because I got those Dave Greco brushes that for Photoshop, and I love them, but he doesn't have them for Procreate, so I'm like,
Yeah, artists usually do one or the other. I rarely see someone just do both.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Blaze says bottom for fun. Like, oh, okay.
Oh,
You make a
okay.
recall. You make a recall.
Whatever
There we
tickles,
go.
Whatever tickles your fancy, cool. There you go. I don't know why I'm looking at the little monitor.
Alan's right. Just use my side because I'm not using it. Chad likes to make fun. He just makes fun of me because I just do this. I just cross my arms, like disapproving, harumphing, and not drawing on this art podcast. Someone's got to
judging.
keep the pizza oven hot. Someone's got to think of dad jokes.
Where are your swords?
Where are my
buddy?
swords? Like in the drawing or in real life? I have a lightsaber. I showed the lightsaber already that Alan made. I have title belts. Does that count?
Are you trying to flex? That's a weird flex.
that I have title belts that I didn't earn in any kind of match whatsoever.
You just paid for them. You bought them.
You can just buy.
You got 'em on eBay?
That's how they do it in boxing, right? You just buy the title belt. You just pay for the guy to take a dive, right?
There you go.
Ooh, I'm about to get killed.
Oh, is that like boxing slander?
It is. It is.
Damn. We're gonna get a swarm of people coming in.
Oh
here.
yeah, I actually don't. I have like I have a Tai Chi sword somewhere, but I don't know where it is. It's not real. It's not sharpened. I don't have sharpened swords.
You couldn't kill someone with it.
I have.
That's what you're saying.
I have knives. I'm like a knife nerd.
Okay.
I'm not gonna open that and try to be tactical.
Tactical.
God.
Oh, wow.
Have you been waiting to say that?
No.
I was like, where's Josh?
I say that all the time. What are you talking about? I say that
that's
all
so
the
funny.
time.
I put a floating crown over my weird guy.
Because it shouldn't touch his head.
It shouldn't touch his head either. Because of cartoon physics.
I think we covered all our pizza guy. I think we covered all our art goals, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I feel like
I feel
that.
pretty good about my goals.
Brian needs to draw more. Draw more. You know, something not measurable. More.
More stuff. Now, I mean, what do you plan on doing for your drawing more? Are you gonna sketchbook it? You know, fill up a sketchbook this year?
you talking about me?
Yeah.
I had my specific goals. Yes, Scott Johnson is the one with the swords. He's the karate guy. Speaking of Scott Johnson, he's the guy that got me into Palladium books
Oh,
because
okay.
Blaze is mentioning Scott is the one with swords. He is a black belt in karate. He worked for Marvel. He
Wow.
got me into Palladium books. That dude's like a legend.
Very cool.
What was I saying? Yeah. My goal is 50 specific art pieces for
Okay.
Oh,
social
right, yeah.
media, with or without videos for Twitch or Reels, because I just want to actually have stuff done. Because I was really happy with the output I had in 2021, and I want to do that again. And I want more traditional, but I really want to get the feel for digital, especially since I bought the little grip for the the
Yes.
Apple Pencil. It's not as nice as the one that yeah, you were using that Ed bought.
Oh, that thing was
Not as
amazing.
That's a cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
not
good
as
one.
nice as
That's
that
like
one,
it's so night and day, especially after you take it off and you're like, oh, feel like I'm holding
You're like,
nothing.
oh, this is a yeah. So I got one that could actually I could keep charging it, like keep it on there and still charge it. So
Yeah, I didn't realize about grips until I injured my hand, and then it was
Mm.
like
yeah, that's
it
when
makes a huge difference, as far as
yeah.
Yep.
pressure. But yeah, as far as my art goals, 3 sketchbooks, 3 paintings, a comic book, and an art toy.
Comic
So
book. Comic book.
So many things, and at the end of the year, I'll be like, well, I got one sketchbook.
nice.
And Elisa, what was yours again?
Oh, mine was
Fill up that 300-page monster.
maybe not fill it up, but actually
Oh, okay.
start to draw in it. I do hopefully want to
Start
fill
to
up
draw.
this
That sounds
this
like one
terrible one.
page. Okay. How many pages? How many pages?
I don't
How
know.
many pages?
That's like
No, how many pages
It's
are you
like
doing?
stand-
That's what we're saying.
all of them.
How many pages are you
Oh
doing?
yeah,
That's
I
what
want to
we're
fill up this one,
Okay.
and then I'll make an attempt.
Measurable.
So
Measurable. It will be
Measurable.
So every
trackable
time-
And then at
goals.
some point, some clay. I want to get on
at
some
some
clay.
point, it should
Play.
be like next month. There you go.
Okay. No, I guess
Oh,
we
you're
should
right,
take
I
that
will
have to
accountability. I
plan
should
to do
stop
the
saying like
clay.
I'll do it eventually.
And I know I'm like the dumb self-help book nerd, but I just started listening to the audiobook for the 12-week year, where you break down the everything they want to get done in a year.
yeah.
You just say, I'm gonna get it done in 12 weeks. Because you're fitting in your fat pants anyway. You're just padding the schedule to
No,
slowly get it
that's a
done over
great
a year.
idea.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm always
shorter goals, right?
recommending-
Yeah.
yeah, I'm always recommending books.
Yeah, and-
Oh, I do that all the time, and I'm like, I read nothing.
that was actually I forgot, that was one of my goals, was to read more this year. And I already started reading that Atomic Habits book. I don't know if you
Atomic Habits, that's a good one. That's a good one.
It's weird. It's one of those books that kept popping up in my life.
Atomic Habits.
It's
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's always recommended by like if you're on Audible or Amazon, everyone's like, "Hey, you want to read Atomic Habits?"
Oh,
But
interesting.
it's
Well,
like, I don't know, do I?
My brother sent it to me for Christmas, but then I was like,
Oh, did he?
I was looking for books and I bought it, and then I was looking through the stuff he sent me and like, shit, I gotta cancel that order. And then, so I wound up canceling it. Now I'm reading the book, but then I was talking to Brittany. We went to get coffee, and she's like, "Hey, you should read Atomic Habits." I'm like, "I already am." But yeah, it's a pretty good book. It tells you how to more focus not on like, let's say I want to work out more. It's more like I want to be a healthy person.
Yeah.
Just you need to more identify
You-
with changing your identity.
Yeah,
More than like
exactly. That's like that mindset where you're basically becoming the person you want to be, and then you just start making the action. That fake it till you make it. Except Atomic Habits doesn't say fake it till you make it.
That's interesting.
He
That's-
explains it in a much better way.
It's a great book, and another book I'll always recommend is Still Like an Artist.
Steal Like an Artist, the
Oh,
3-book
yeah.
series.
Read all 3 of those books.
Yeah.
I could read that over and over again, but easy reads. So
Yeah, they're quick. They're quick, easy reads. They're
Yeah.
it's very motivational too.
Yeah, so
I just bought a book myself that I got to start reading. I also would like to start reading more. It wasn't one of my goals that I was gonna like intend for myself. Like, but I feel like reading is just good for the brain.
What book
Reading
did you
is
get?
fundamental.
It's called Crying in H Mart.
Crying in H Mart. What's it?
Yeah.
What's it about?
Didn't it just come out?
Yeah,
It's like a biography,
yeah.
right?
It's about
an
it's about a
autobiography.
girl who's she's like half Korean, and her mother passed away, and so she's trying to get back in touch with her Asian side.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I was looking for books to read, and
Yeah.
Audible's like, "You want to read this one, right?" I was like, "That sounds sad. I'll read the 12-week year instead, or I'll listen to the 12-week year instead."
Yeah.
It's funny. This podcast has been consistently Asian through
Ah.
like all of us. Like
We got to
except
break
Brittany.
the streak.
Except
We gotta
Brittany.
break, except Brittany. Except
Brittany.
Brittany.
Brittany worked at the Panda Express when she was not Panda. Yeah,
That counts.
that counts. She's
Knows
got the
all
card.
the mother sauces.
Yeah,
Panda Express.
yeah, she's got a card now because of it. She don't got the card. Cool. Oh, I think we could wrap
Alright,
it
so
up.
yeah,
Yeah.
the pizza guy is done.
Yeah.
Pizza guy is done.
There
He's
you
waving
go.
goodbye to us all.
We're disappointed in our Discord channel because you guys didn't jump in on the Magma studio.
Next
There was
time.
plenty of room on the right-hand side where Brian didn't draw at all. So
All that space I could have been just
all
drawing
that
on top.
space, all that space. Is Brian just practicing sketching faces at different angles like a bum. Someone's got to keep this podcast alive.
Well, I'm glad Soul, your brother, and Blaze showed up.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
Yeah.
keeping us company.
And,
And I think that is it. I think that's it. We're done. We did it. We did it, y'all.
Hooray.
I'm gonna
First
stop.
YouTube.
First podcast. of
First
the-
time on YouTube.
All right. I'm going to stop the stream.
All right.